Welcome back to Edmond State Dynasty. Today we're officially kicking off Season 2 of this rebuild, but first we need to go over a few things. I decided to make our out-of-conference schedule this year probably a little bit more insane than it needed to be. I wanted to play all three Oklahoma teams, so we're going to start this year by traveling to Norman to take on the Sooners, and then we travel to Tulsa to take on the Golden Hurricanes. Then we have a bye week. We beat James Madison last year. They were our very first win, so I decided to put them on the schedule again to see if they can get some revenge or if we can go 2-0 against them. And then we have a road game at Oklahoma State as we travel to Stillwater. Following that, we will have a bye week, and then we get into our conference schedule. And our conference schedule is a little bit weird. I obviously cannot change when we have home and away games in our conference opponents, so it kind of generated a really odd schedule. We have 3 road games in a row at Florida International, at Sam Houston, and then at Western Kentucky. But then we get to close out the season with 5 straight home games against Jacksonville State, Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee, Liberty, and New Mexico State. In the offseason video, I talked about how there will be a quarterback battle going into this year, so I have decided who we are going to be starting in week 1 as we jump into the depth chart here. It will be true freshman quarterback Morgan Eberle. I decided to redshirt Teray just because some of his accuracy ratings were not near as good. Yes, he has 90 speed, which could really help us out, but he has the worst deep accuracy on the team. And then up here with Eberle, he has the best deep accuracy on the team, a pretty solid medium accuracy, and a really good short accuracy with 88 throw power. I think this is going to be a good decision for us. But one of the key contributing factors to him being the starter is his development trait. He is listed as a star. And as of right now, it really seems like in the offseason, their dev traits don't matter. It seems like everyone just kind of goes up randomly. I could be wrong, but during the season, it seems like that's when their dev traits actually kick in. And Teray only has an impact dev trait. So Eberle does have a higher dev trait, and then he also has some pretty solid traits as well. If we go look at those here, I believe I go into stats to look at those. And as we go down, this will matter in simulation. His sense of pressure is actually average, and then his decision maker is aggressive, so I really think he's going to be trying to force a lot of passes. But moving on to the rest of the depth chart, Dylan Turner will obviously be our #1 back. He is by far the best player on our team, but our backup running back Gavin Garcia isn't exactly bad. He comes in as an 80 overall. Steven Duke is going to remain our starting fullback. I don't think that was really up for debate at all. I am really curious about our wide receiver position this year because our #1 right now is Dominique Speed, who was only a 76 overall. Behind him, John Hart, who is a true sophomore. I completely forgot last year, as he was actually playing really well for us, that he was a true freshman. He is now a 72 overall sophomore. Then we have Taven Smalls at a 72, Bo McKnight at a 73, Rowe at a 72, and Fowler at a 71. And there is some decent ratings here. Obviously, no one is super fast on this part of the receiving core, but there is one really high catching with Taven Smalls with an 89. We did manage to land a transfer tight end in Tony Livingston. He will be our brand new starter at a 73 overall, and Duke Jones will be backing him up. I was really excited about our offensive line in the offseason video because I think we're actually going to have a pretty solid line this year. Teron Atkins is an 80 overall left tackle. At left guard, we have an 81 overall in Jamichael Lane. Our starting center will be a 75 overall redshirt freshman in Dell Dickey. At right guard, we have a 75 overall in Kyle Adams, and then right tackle will be an 80 overall in Jacob Sexton. Obviously not the best offensive line you've ever seen, but a lot better than last year's. Over on defense, we got a transfer in Isaiah Hastings, who will be our starting left end. Our starting right end will be a 78 overall in Nick Ortiz. Our starting defensive tackle will be Green, who is another transfer that we got at an 80 overall, and Roseman will be our #2 at a 75. At outside linebacker, we return Marlon Worthy, who is now a 77 overall. At middle linebacker, we have Dell Slade. He was our backup last year, going to be our starter this year because Warren Middlebrooks was a senior and has graduated, and his backup will be Jermaine Bain. Then at right outside linebacker, we have Enrique Celestin, who is a true freshman that we got at a 74 overall with 90 speed. Now jumping into our secondary, Antoine Copper will be our #1 corner at a 79 overall. Then we have Tyree Casper at a 75 and Lyle Bowe at a 73. Our free safety will be a 75 overall and Marco DeMarco, and then our starting strong safety will be Jonathan Hall, a 75 overall. The kicker this season will be a true freshman in Sean Augustine, who is only a 68 overall with 82 kick power. I really wish I could put Marler there, but sometimes in this game, whenever I've tried to put a punter at kicker, For whatever reason, the game just doesn't like that, so it just doesn't work out for whatever reason. But then our starting punter will be JJ Marler. On the specialty positions, Dylan Turner will remain our third down back. Our power back, though, is going to be Marvin Sanders because he does have a little bit better ratings for a power back. 81 break tackle, 80 trucking. Obviously, Dante Strait has an 82, but we are going to roll with Sanders for right now. Our slot receiver is going to be probably not a popular choice. It's true freshman Lyle Shermer. The main reason he is our starting slot receiver is the 94 speed. I felt like we need to get a lot more speed on our offense, and this guy came in with incredible speed for us. Our edge rusher is going to be Marlon Worthy, who still is a 76 overall whenever we are in those situations. Our rushing right end is Isaiah Hastings, and then our rushing defensive tackle is going to be Green. Our sub linebacker is going to be Del Slate, and then our slot corner will be Antoine Copper. So whenever someone lines up in the slot, we will have to count on our number 2 and 3 corners to cover their outside guys. I do not have a ton of guys on our recruiting board right now, and I'm probably targeting way too many 3-stars, but that's really where I feel comfortable actually going because these guys might be able to come in and start immediately. As of right now, I believe we're leading on everybody, and most of these guys are gem prospects, which is really cool to see, but we'll see how many of these we actually end up with. Now it is time to jump into our first game of Season 2. I will still be doing Play the Moments, and as of recording this, I believe the scoreboard glitch is still in the game. They have not patched it yet. I assume we're probably going to have to wait for the next title update to get that thing fixed, which really does suck, but let's just go ahead and jump into this game. The first time we get to jump into this season, it is a 3rd and 3 here in the first quarter. Let's see if we can keep this drive moving. Everly will drop back to pass, and can our first throw work with him? Yes, it will for the first down. It would go back into simulation for a couple plays after that, but now it's a 3rd and 5 as we get to jump back in. Everly will drop back to pass, and we're going to throw to our running back this time on the outside, and Garcia makes the catch for another first. And now that we are inside the red zone, it'll actually let us run some plays. So let's go ahead and give a handoff to Garcia here, who goes to the outside, makes that man miss with a spin move, and gets brought down. Now we face a 2nd and 6 from the 13-yard line. We'll drop back to pass, and we're just going to take off with Everly, and it's really not going to work out. That sets up a 3rd down. With a 3rd and 6 out of a shotgun set, we'll drop back to pass again, and we'll try to float this over the defense, and that one actually gets knocked away. I believe that was going to be an accurate ball to Lyle Shermer, but now we'll kick a 31-yard field goal, and this place is rocking. This may not be a great kick for us, but Sean Augustine with his first career kick, I think I may have lined that up right, and my voice is trying to go out, but a good field goal makes it 3-0. The next scenario we get to jump in is a 2nd and 7 as they're now inside our 20-yard line. And alright, I did not think that play was going to work out for Worthy, but we force a 3rd down. Let's see if we can hold them to a field goal try. Out of a shotgun set, they give it back to their back, and the blocking holds up, and he gets all the way down to the 3-yard line. Sets up a 1st and goal. Can we please have some sort of massive stop to keep them out of the end zone? They're going to send their tight end in motion. He'll line up in the backfield. Arnold will take the snap, hand off to BB, who will walk into the end zone. Our offense is able to get back in their territory, though. It's a 3rd and 7. Everly will drop back. No one else in the backfield will throw it underneath. Caught by Hart, who will get the 1st down to keep this drive moving. It would go back into simulation for a bit, but now it's a 1st and goal from about the 10-yard line for us. So we'll send the man in motion, and it's going to be a jet toss to the outside, and Speed is caught for just a 1-yard play. That will bring up a 2nd and goal. Everly will drop back to pass, and he got back there immediately. Did we even throw a block on this guy? No, we did not. I absolutely love the blocking AI in this game. That will set up a 3rd and goal now. Everly back in a 5-wide set. We'll drop back to pass, and we'll try to force this one downfield. That's into coverage, and it's gonna be picked off. The very next scenario we come out for, we are down 14-3 with a minute to go here in the half. They want us to run a 2-minute offense. And we're going to try to go deep downfield for our freshman receiver, and Shermer will make the catch into Sooner territory. All right, that was a good start to the drive. Now can we finish it? Out of a shotgun set again, we're going to take this throw to the outside, caught by Turner, and there is a flag down, and it's going to be a holding call. That pushes us back to a 1st and 20 with a 5-wide set. We are going to go to Hart down the sideline. There's another flag, and it's picked off again. So that's our 2nd pick today, and I think it's going to be another holding call on us, and that's exactly what it is because they're showing the linemen. We are now apparently going to jump much later into the game. It's a 3rd and 10 in the 4th quarter. It is still 14-3, so our defense is kind of holding up strong, and Dylan Turner is going to get an 8-yard gain. That brings up a 4th down, and we are just going to kick the field goal. And I don't know if the accuracy is going to be good there. Never mind, it's right down the middle. But now we're going to need this stop on defense. The Sooners face a 3rd and 7 with a handoff to Sawchuk to the outside. And wow, all right, that opened up nicely for him, and he's gone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. You know, I would have thought this whole drive was a key moment, but apparently not. Just a 4th and 19 as it throws us back in. I'm going to try to get this to Shermer, but hit as we're throwing, and that's a turnover on downs. Look, I know that this game's final score is 28-6, but had you told me that was going to be the final score going into this game, I would have happily taken that against a team like Oklahoma. Eberle did not have a great debut. He went 18 of 29 for 187 yards, no touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. But once again, against a team like Oklahoma, your first start as a true freshman is probably going to be a rough day for you. Anyways, it's time to put that last game behind us and jump into our next one, which is another Oklahoma team as we take on the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. The first scenario we get thrown into, it is still 0-0 here in the first quarter with 5 minutes to go, but we face a 3rd and 10. And we're going to drop back and try to get this one out to our running back and completely miss him. That is not a great throw. Probably not the best decision by me either. But let's send out Sean Augustine, who I don't think has missed a kick yet. But now that I've said that, I am probably about to miss this one. So we'll go ahead and line this up, and the kick is away, but all right, never mind, it's good. I don't know what I was trying to say. 3-0. We get to jump in on defense with a 3rd and 5 from the 47-yard line. And they'll drop back to pass, going to the outside, and that should have been intercepted by Casper. But as we now jump into the next scenario, it is in the second quarter. We are still up 3-0, and we have the ball at the 14-yard line. So we'll take this, run that RPO to Hart on the outside, and he's going to get brought down near the 10. This is the scenario I have been waiting for. We're going to run a jet toss to our 94-speed receiver and see if he can't get to the outside to get his first touchdown of his career. To the edge, spin out that man and into the end zone. Touchdown ESU. And Shermer has his first career touchdown, as does Eberle. Apparently, our defense came to play today. We jump back into the second quarter. It is still 10-0. And we have the ball. Let's just go to the end zone for Dominique Speed. And this one will be caught. Touchdown. No, he could not hold on to it. That was definitely a great throw from Eberle, and he had a chance to catch that, but could not haul it in. So we send out Sean Augustine yet again, and we'll see if we can keep this streak going. The kick is away, and it is good. Now it has us jump in for a 2-minute drill. We'll see how well we do here. It's still 13-0 as we come back into this game, and we're going to get sacked on the play, and there's going to be a flag down. Is this going to be another holding call? So Matt 10 updated his sliders, and I may need to tone down holding because that's several now in this episode. Now with a 2nd and 15. We'll drop back to pass. We're going to take this underneath throw to Shermer, and he's going to set up a 3rd and 7. Following that play, Tulsa would apparently burn a timeout, but now we're going to drop back to pass and throw this one to Dylan Turner, who can't make the catch. All right, I guess we're going to be punting this one away. Later on in the game, it throws us into the third quarter where it is a 3rd and 4, and it is now 13-7. So obviously they scored on a play, and that's going to give them a 4th and inches. Now, will they go for it or not? It looks like they are going to be going for this one, so I guess we'll get to jump back in. Let's just bring a pretty heavy blitz because I think they're going to try to run the ball. It will be an option play, and does he have the first down? No, he does not. That's a turnover on downs. Now back in the game at the start of the fourth quarter, it is still 13-7. We come out in a shotgun set, give this one to Dylan Turner, and set up a 2nd and 7. I want to see if we can get them to bite on this one. We've already ran a jet toss for a touchdown to Shermer, but this is going to be a fake jet toss and a handoff to Turner, and we're going to see, and no, it doesn't fool anybody. Under 10 minutes to go in the game now, a 3rd and 8. We'll drop back to the pass, and wait for someone to come open. We'll have to throw this underneath, and it's just going to fall incomplete, but we will get another chance for a field goal try. Feel like we're doing a lot of that in today's episode. We'll see if Augustine can make this one. Did I go far enough to the right? No, I did not. His first career miss. But once again, our defense came to play and has gotten us the ball back, where it is now a 3rd and 8. But we're going to give this one to Turner right up the middle, and they were apparently not ready for that. A first down run. And then we would get a touchdown and a 2-point try in simulation to make it 21-7. Now they're going for it on a 4th and 3. Give it to the running back, and Zell Slade makes the play in the backfield. It would let us jump in here with 4.5 minutes to go as Eberle will drop back to the pass, and we're going to go to our brand new tight end who makes the catch, and a touchdown for Tony Livingston should put this game away. However, later on in the game, we do get another field goal try. I want to see if we can actually make this one. I don't know why in the world it's shaking so much, though. I don't think the crowd's too hyped, down 28-7, but we'll see if we can actually make this one. And I may have gone too far to the right. The kick is away, and never mind. So he's only missed one this year so far. But that will take us to the end of this game, where we win by a final score of 31-7 I would say we looked a lot better in this game than we did the last one, but also, once again, you have to take into account the, stature of the opponent. But Eberle had a much better day today. 22 of 36 for 317 and 3 touchdowns. I don't think we got to do too much on the ground. Dylan Turner did run the ball 26 times and only got 63 yards. But look how well the defense played today. Tulsa went 6 of 12 through the air for 105 yards. I think maybe one of the reasons you lost is because you refused to throw the ball, and they ran the ball a ton and still really couldn't do anything there. And look at this. I assume he did something else besides just getting 5 tackles, but Marlon Worthy gets the CUSA Defensive Player of the Week. Week 3 is a bye week for us, but we should be landing at least one of these commits. We may land 2 or 3 of them. This guy is kind of close to committing. He's a 3-star outside linebacker. Then we have a 3-star right tackle that's kind of close, but I do think we are going to be landing Jabari Yabo. I really don't know how to say that name, but he looks to be a really good receiver for us. He would come in with 94 speed, which is the same exact thing as Shermer, but I think it'd be a bit better than Shermer is. In case you didn't know that, I recruit receivers based purely off of how fast they are. If I scout a receiver that comes in at 88 speed, I don't care what his other attributes are, he is not going to be on my team. Well, let's go ahead and go to week 4 where we will have our game against James Madison, I believe. But do we get this commitment here? And yes, we do. The 3-star receiver out of Valdosta, Georgia, whatever. Either way, he's now coming to Edmond State. We do also land the right tackle, Kevin Delgado out of Tampa, Florida. Excited to see that. And the 3-star outside linebacker, Eric Harper. With those 3 guys now taken care of, I went ahead and added a couple more guys to our board in Emmett Morig and Darrell Whitaker. And then also I went through and just kind of upped these guys' points total. I did actually take some points away from this guy, but we are leading him, and so far the only school going after. I did up Edward Hogue to 75 hours because I see South Carolina there trying to come in and steal our guy, and I really don't like that. But now we have our first home game of the season against a winless James Madison team. Obviously, we played really well against Tulsa. Let's see if we can keep that going today. We do get to jump in on our very first offensive drive, where it is a 3rd and 4 at about the 29-yard line. So we're going to give this one to Dylan Turner to get the first down and keep this drive moving, make that safety miss all the way down to the 13, which means they will let us stay in this game. And I'm going to call a post route here to Shermer and see if it actually comes open. So out of a shotgun set, we'll drop back. And alright, our running back just got completely tied up in the line, so Eberle's going to take off to the outside and get the first down going out of the 2. I am going to try and not spam this with this super fast receiver, but from the 2-yard line, we are going to call this jet toss to the edge, and Shermer will juke his way into the end zone. Touchdown ESU. Now facing the 3rd and 10 on their drive from our 45-yard line, we get to jump in on defense. Let's see if we can get a stop here. He's under pressure, going over the middle, finds his man who holds on through the contact. But later on, we do get another chance here. So on a 3rd and 5 from the 29-yard line, it'll be a handoff to the outside, and we chase him down and get the tackle to bring up a 4th and 5. Now, will they kick a field goal? I really can't even tell. They would end up kicking the field goal, and now we get to jump in for a 3rd and 6. It is a 7-3 ball game. He throws to the outside. That's going to be caught and immediately brought down. It is not really letting me jump in on offense at all. It is the 2nd quarter. It's still 7-3 right now. Obviously, you can't see the board, but it's going to be a handoff to the running back who gets to the outside and into the end zone, but I think they're going to call this back for a flag, and hopefully they are. Holding on James Madison. Defense, you got kind of bailed out on that one. Now they come out in a 5-wide set. He'll drop back to the pass again. I can't get off this block, but we are getting some pressure, and he will finally just throw this one away. They need to get to the 6-yard line to get a new set of downs. He's back in a shotgun set again. From the 16, he'll drop back to the pass, going downfield. He's got his man for the first down. I swear on 3rd downs in this game, the CPU just knows the perfect play call every time. 1st and goal from the 3. It'll be a handoff to the back who will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison. They will take the lead. And once again, I don't get to take over on offense. It is a 1st and 10 for James Madison now at about our 14-yard line. Handoff to the back who goes to the outside, who will be swarmed and brought down. Now running a no-huddle offense, it's a 2nd and 9. He takes the step, hands off to the back, and we swarm him in the backfield to bring up a 3rd and 10. If we can just hold them to a field goal try on this one, I will kind of consider that a success. Why are you forcing me to audible? You let me pick a play. All right, we're going to pause and then unpause so we'll get the scoreboard back here. 3rd and 10 from the 15. He'll drop back to pass and throw this one to the outside. That'll fall incomplete. We will actually get to see this field goal try and attempt to block it. I don't think I've actually blocked a kick in this game just yet, but I haven't played a ton of defense. The kick is away and it is good. Look at that. It finally lets me jump in on offense, but it is a 1st and goal from the 2. So we're just going to give this to Dylan Turner and he'll get into the end zone and we should take the lead right back. As we come back in, there is 18 seconds to go here in the first half, but they are at our 10-yard line. With a 2nd and 10, he'll drop back and looks to pass downfield, and he's going to throw this through the back of the end zone. Now 14 seconds to go. It's still a 3rd and 10 this time. He'll take the snap and looks to pass again. He's going once again through the back of the end zone, so I guess they're just going to settle for a field goal try here to try to take a 16-14 lead with 11 seconds to go in the half. This is about a 27-yard field goal or 37-yard field goal. The kick is away, and that barely sneaks in. Going into the second half, it throws us in on a 1st and 10 from the James Madison 16. We'll drop back to pass, and the running lane comes open, and Everly will take that for a gain of 3. I have called another jet toss this time, but it is going to Hart instead of Shermer, and we'll see if the blocking sets up on the outside. Turner throws a good block, but there is a flag. Is this going to come back? Yes, it is. That moves us back to be a 2nd and 16, and we'll hand this one to Turner to go up the middle and just get a gain of a few yards. That now sets up a 3rd and 13. Everly will drop back looking to pass, and we'll finally try to take that throw, but get hit as we're throwing, so we will get to try a field goal of about 36 yards from Sean Augustine. Hopefully I go far enough to the left on this one. I think the accuracy is good, the kick is away, and we will take the lead. However, James Madison is trying to take it right back, now on a 3rd and 7. We'll see if we can get them off the field. He'll drop back to pass. And he's got a lot of time, dropping farther back, finally just lets this one go deep downfield, and that one's going to be intercepted by Antoine Copper, and why not bring this one out? We're at least going to get past the 20, and we get met and brought down to 26, but a big play from the defense. I am not sure how we scored, but we did manage to score now. It's a 3rd and 2. We're up 24-16 as it throws us back in with a handoff to Dylan Turner, and he's going to get us down to the 25. It threw us back in simulation for a bit, but now it's a 1st and 10 from the 11, as we come out and drop back to pass, and we're just going to take a sack here. That's going to set up a 2nd and 18. Everly out of shotgun will drop back to pass again, and we're going to try to go to the tight end, but did not have enough time. So what we're going to do here is we are going to settle for the field goal try to make it a 2-point game, but I'm going to give it to Dylan Turner so we can try to center this ball and make the kick just a little bit easier. Now a 37-yard attempt, and I think the accuracy is going to be good. The kick is away, and we are up by 9. Our kicker getting a lot of work in today, now with 6:09 to go here in the game. They have a 4th and 10. He'll drop back to pass. We got back there quickly, but he finds his man anyway. They have another 4th down now. It's a 4th and 8 just a few plays later. And once again, a quick pass and another quick completion, this one into ESU territory. And then in simulation, they would end up scoring a touchdown. It never threw us back in on that drive, but they do fail the 2-point try. So it's 27-22, and we just need to run down the clock. That play would take us down to the 2-minute warning, where it is now a 2nd and 6, and I imagine James Madison's going to start burning those timeouts, and he's going to get a gain of a few yards there. I did not think we were going to get much. That will bring up a 3rd and 3 with 1:57 to go. We'll take the snap and a toss to the outside, but it completely misses our running back. Obviously, that was a very risky call to make, and it's going to work out. Touchdown, James Madison, or it's going to work out for them. But there is a flag, but I think it's going to be a holding call anyway, so obviously they're going to decline that. Well, that puts us in a really weird situation. They would go for 2 in simulation and not get it, so it's only a 1-point game. It's up to Everly to try to lead a game-winning drive now, and Turner will not make the catch. That brings up a 2nd and 10 with 1:38 to go. We'll drop back, and we are going to go to the tight end downfield, and he cannot make the catch. I understand the revamped passing meter was red, but come on. 3rd and 10 with 1:33 to go. Everly will drop back to pass. And we're going to take off up the middle with our quarterback, and he's going to fumble the ball, and James Madison has recovered. Well, that might be the biggest meltdown we have had so far. Now we need to try to get the ball back here. They are going to be running it. We do have all 3 timeouts, and their quarterback is going to be met and brought down. He's going to come out in shotgun. We are going to be bringing a blitz here. And we miss the big hit, and they get the 1st down. But he does fumble the ball, but somehow we don't recover that. But it does give us 3rd and inches. How in the hell do we not recover that one? On 3rd down, back in shotgun again. And they're going to give it to their back, who is met but breaks the tackle, and we don't get him in time. They have to burn a timeout, so we don't have to burn ours. but I don't think we're going to have enough time to get the ball back. And we will not. They will just knee this one out and escape here with a 1-point victory, just like we escaped last season with a 1-point victory. Obviously, the speed option call was incredibly risky. It did not pay off, but I have really never seen a quarterback miss the pitch that bad. And then your running back doesn't even react to it at first, which is a really, really weird decision on EA's part. But it's whatever. We lose this game and fall to 1-2. It's always a really cool and fun thing whenever you lose a game and come back and at least get a recruit for your loss. Yeah, that's not happening this week. It looks like Edward Hogue has decided to go to South Carolina instead of Edmond State. I don't really blame him. But for the second week in a row, Marlon Worthy is going to get the CUSA Defensive Player of the Week award. But that is going to wrap up this episode of the Edmond State Dynasty. In the next episode, we will jump into Week 5 as we travel to Stillwater to take on the 1-2 Oklahoma State Cowboys. They were ranked number 9 at the start of this video, so I'm a little shocked to see them at 1-2. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you next time.